Hi, my name is Dale Bennett. I just want to take a few moments to share with you my relationship with Patrick Henry Boys and Girls Home. I was born into a family who chose alcohol over me. Of course, my mother and father, I know they loved me. They just had an addiction they couldn't beat. I can oftentimes remember the arguing. I remember my father coming home drunk. I remember even situations with the drugs with my mother. Consequently, that leads to people making decisions and being involved in things they shouldn't be. And I remember my mother vividly being involved in the prostitution. Eventually, the state got to the point that they didn't see that it was a fitting place for me. I came here as a child at 7 years old. I thought I would be here for a month. I thought I would be here, maybe a year. Well, I pretty much grew up here. At Patrick Henry, we attend a lot of events with Thomas Road, and we attend a lot of events with Liberty, which I was grateful for growing up. Well, one of those events, my mother was allowed to come along with us, and it was at Thomas Road, and she got to hear Dr. Falwell speak. But my mother went home and started watching Thomas Road. She gave her life to the Lord, watching in front of the television, watching Dr. Falwell. After turning her life over to the Lord, my mother made a drastic change in her life. It was obvious that she was going to get serious and do what she could to get me back. My mother started slurring her speech, and I noticed something wasn't right. My mother had actually had a little spot came up in her mouth. I took her to the hospital, and the doctors told us that it was a cancerous tumor, that there would be some extensive surgery. My wife and I really felt the desire to work in a ministry together, and finally decided we came to work for Patrick Henry. Oftentimes, you question your purpose in life, and oftentimes you wonder why things happen the way they do. And I was no different. I always wondered, God, why was I in a children's home? Why did you take my family at such a young age? And I know without a doubt that God equipped me through the years of being here to be able to be on the same level with the kids that I work with today, to really understand. There's one thing to say, I do understand where you're coming from, and there is one thing to say that I was in your shoes and I grew up in the same situation you did. And because of Patrick Henry, I've become the person I am today.